What TV show have you rewatched more than 5 times and you still find entertaining? Futurama lulled me to sleep several nights. Probably watched the show way too much. I've had Futurama on shuffle plus repeat 24/7 for the past, till the 3 weeks. It's not even my longest stretch. If I had to guess, I've probably seen every episode more than 30 times. Edit, to address a question I've gotten a few times, I purchased the DVD box set and ripped them all to my hard drive, and am I watching them from said hard drive? r/Futurama_sleepers. Reddit link. I literally have it on in the background right now as I'm trying to go to sleep. Didn't know there was a whole community of people who did this. Hello? Pizza deliver for, icy wiener? Aw, crud. Edit, wow, this exploded. How did a Futurama quote, which I just now realized contains a typo, become my highest voted comment of all time? After 20-something years, I still don't know if that delivery was for icy wiener or icy wiener. I'm leaning towards icy wiener as a pun on the frozen persons in the cryogenic lab. What we do in the shadows always makes me laugh. It is like a weak ejaculation. Jeff. I need to watch that show. The movie had my ribs hurting and I heard the show is at least just as good. Guillermo, have you been killing vampires? Jesk. Jackie Daytona from Arizona is my hero. If you like Matt Berry, What We Do in the Shadows, check him out in Toast of London. Colin Robinson ad-libs many of his lines. And I will never not use an opportunity to suggest one of Matt Berry's and his first time on television. It's a mockumentary about a Stephen King-like character on a late 80s paranormal soap opera. It's an A parody in my opinion. Web link. Crepe paper only has one correct pronunciation for me. Creepy paper. If someone does something stupid, my wife and I will look at each other and say fucking guy like Nandor. Also, greatest character was Jackie Daytona. Jackie Daytona is a legend in my house. He really pulled it together for that local volleyball team. Regular human bartender. Blackadder and What We Do in the Shadows. Classic Simpsons. Top tip for anyone with Disney Plus, by default, Disney chopped the bottom and top of the frame off to make The Simpsons fit on widescreen. However, there's a little toggle button setting just for The Simpsons to show it in original format, with black bars at the sides. Flip that toggle. Band of Brothers. Edit, glad to know there are so many people of impeccable taste here. Back when I doesn't have cable in the pre-streaming days, I'd have it on constantly in the background while gaming. I always get a little sad at the end of episode 10, because even though it's awesome that they're going home and the war is over, they're going their separate ways and wouldn't see each other again for a long time, or ever in some cases. I also loved The Pacific, like many others here, but I didn't feel nearly as invested in the characters because it covered multiple regiments and companies, instead of focusing on one company for all 10 episodes. I had the pleasure of working at the retirement home that the actual Buck Compton lived. He was a very soft-spoken man. And funny as hell too. The witty comments that came from that man were endless. Watch it once a year. Captain Sobel, we salute the rank, not the man. Band of Brothers is an all-time favorite of mine, and if you like that, I highly suggest Generation War. World War II from the perspective of 5 German friends in Berlin. It has an incredible story from another side of the war. Hijacking this comment to make people aware that Hanks and Spielberg recently, more like finally, started production of another 10-episode miniseries about the Air Force's mighty 8th in World War II. I believe it is going to be called Masters of the Air. Extremely excited for this. X-Files. Star Trek, The Next Generation. Edit, thank you for the awards and the awesome comments. I love how many other people love Star Trek. Came for this answer. Next Generation and DS9 are both amazing time and time again. Malcolm in the Middle. Love when Dewey is dancing with his babysitter in the kitchen, the golden girl whose name I can't remember because I'm uncultured, and she straight up dies on him, and he just waves bye to the ambulance like no big deal. ABCD. ABCD. It's B. Arthur. There was something in the air that night, the stars shined bright. Fernando. Not a single bad episode. Even the clip show is entertaining. I worked at a zoo. The zoo episode is accurate. That's why it's my favorite. Dirty Inside Scoop sounds like a job description for working at the zoo. Literally just commented the same show. My girl hated it, then she fell in love. Best quote for me in any show is from Reese. Maybe life is a roller coaster. You got to go down so you can enjoy going back up. That's what makes it so fun. My favorite is when Reese is cooking the giant meal, and has to take the turkey out at exactly the right time, but can't find the oven mitts, so he just bare hands it. Then, while screaming in pain, looking for a place to set it down, goes over to the table and yells, "Move the oven mitts." I have fits of laughter just thinking about that scene. Fawlty Towers. A John Cleese masterpiece in visual comedy. And Archer. Don't mention the war. Arrested Development. I agree. Every time I watch it, I always discover something new or find a new connection. I laugh so hard. And a lot of running gags too. Like the Bluth's family chicken imitation in Her. Has anyone in this family ever seen a chicken? I think the show is the best for joke continuity. There's always money in the banana stand. Lucille Bluth is the effing icon, to be honest. R.I.P. I must have watched it 20 times, 1 to 3. Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I've been poisoned by my constituents. I got a touch of consumption. Can I offer you a nice egg in these trying times? I have contained my rage for long enough, but I shall unleash my fury upon you like the crushing of 1,000 waves. Be gone, vile man, be gone. A starter car? This is a finisher car. A transporter of gods. A golden god. I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds. My favorite episode is the one with the cat Jack Bauer. Born on a rusty piece of metal and in a pool of gasoline. I don't know if I can pick a favorite, but Charlie dressing up as an oil man and doing that southern accent in the gas crisis episode is one of the funniest thing I've seen in my life. Not to mention it gave us the line that sent so many nights sideways, "Wild card bitches." That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough about stars to dispute it. This guy's a 5-star man. Is your cat making too much noise all the time? Is your cat stomping around driving you crazy? What are some of your likes? Ghouls. Magnets. Cover your knees up if you're going to be walking around everywhere. Put milk steak, she'll know what it is. What's your spaghetti policy? I'm supposed to remember every man I've seen fall into a plate of spaghetti. What's your major, dude? Oh, bet you read a lot of Gordon Wood. How you read your Gordon Wood and you regurgitate it from the textbook and you think you're wicked awesome doing that. And how about them apples and all that Gordon Wood business? Well, I don't know how many years on this earth I got left. I'm going to get real weird with it. Parks and Rec. You are a beautiful, talented, brilliant, powerful musk ox. Not now, sunfish. Ann Perkins. My favorite joke that took 10 rewatches to click. Ron, how about we stand here and fish? And talk about parks projects? Jerry, I got it. What if I run a teen abstinence workshop? Ron, that would be incredibly effective. Scrubs. Psych. It's such a funny and well-written show that I can throw it on almost any episode and still get a good chuckle out of it. This is my partner Gus TT Showbiz. The extra T is for extra talent. You know that's right. Did you hear about Pluto? It's amazingly written and the guest stars are fantastic. I always feel so bad for Kurt Smith, but at the same time his scenes are hysterically written. Don't go boneless on me, Sean. You heard about Pluto? That's messed up, right? Don't be exactly one half of a Black Forest ham. Brooklyn 99, Community and Futurama for sure. Hard part is deciding which one to watch. BoA 1. House MD. It's never lupus. The IT Crowd. 0118, 999, 881, 999, 119, 725, 3. The work outing is my favorite episode of any show I've ever seen. The countdown episode is my absolute favorite. The A plot and B plot are both amazing, and it ends with an amazing joke about window washing. My favorites are when they have the work outing and Roy pretends to be disabled, and when Roy dates Julia, and she says her parents died in a fire at a sea parks. Leg disabled. A fire? At a sea parks? And the reveal that Moss is working the bar in the work outing. The way they kept him out of the episode for just long enough to forget what he was doing and then reveal him again broke me. People, what a bunch of bastards. Did you see that ludicrous display last night? What was Wenger thinking sending Walcott on that early? The thing about Arsenal is they always try to walk it in. They're having a laugh. Hooray! He's kicked the ball. Now the ball's over there. That man has it now. That's an interesting development. Maybe he'll kick the ball. He has indeed, and apparently. That deserves a round of applause. Good morning, that's a nice Nettenba. The way Denim went out was so unexpected, just from the meta standpoint of how you expect a show to treat its key characters. I absolutely loved that episode. Bob's Burgers. Watching it right now. Same as every other night. I especially appreciate the bangers they make for the end credits. You can't tell me the Borobu theme doesn't slap. This is my comfort show. A couple years ago I got food poisoning and needed something to distract my mind, so I binge-watched Bob's Burgers to get me through it. Linda had a quote in the episode where they go camping, "A river runs through Bob," that stuck with me because it perfectly described my state. You're firing from both ends. I studied the ballistics. Community. Infinite rewatchability. I love trying to catch messages on the study room whiteboard. 6 seasons and a movie. I award this person 5 meow meow beans. Leonard likes this post. I've watched Community 7 times. My life has become consumed with me constantly making Community references. It's damaged my friendships and my mental health. I'm getting my friends to watch it, so they can understand me better. I came here to find some new shows, but I'm just ignoring everything I've not seen and just going yep. To the good shows I have seen. Reddit is weird. Avatar: The Last Airbender. I find at least a few things I never noticed with every watch. Just finished my 5th watch through. Blows me away every time. The writing and character building is some of the best of any TV show ever. I'm so glad I had kids, because I would never have given it any attention otherwise. My first watch through I was like 32 years old. I'm just watching it for the first time. Usually I'm on my phone ignoring my daughter's shows, but I'm entirely focused for this. Secret Tunnel. During my last rewatch, Tiff's line, "Do you really think friendships can last more than one lifetime?" hit like a ton of bricks. Frasier. Most people I know think it's overly formal and weird. I've always thought it was hilarious and always will. It is overly formal and weird. That's why it's great. Hands down the funniest single TV episode, in my opinion, is the episode where they all go to the ski lodge with the crazy love. Quadrangle, SO5E14. It's so good. Who writes a bedroom farce anymore, much less getting all the tropes dead on and squeezes the format into a sitcom? The writers on Frasier were goddamn experts. The show must go off. The one where they produce Hamlet with a washed-out actor whose talents they overestimated, is the pinnacle of farce. I love it when Sir Derek Jacobi, an actual Shakespearean actor, hams up his lines. Chef's kiss. Oh, I die, Horatio. When meeting Martin, you must be the crane patter. It is a pleasure to encounter the headwaters whence spring these twin rivers upon which I have launched my humble craft. Martin, likewise. That show was unsurpassed at comedy of errors plots. Like when the new coworker thinks Frasier is gay. I'm rewatching it right now, and the episode where Daphne's ex comes to visit, and she pretends Niles is her husband is gold. Frasier's dad gets in on it and pretends he's an astronaut. Roz is Mari's and married to Frasier, it goes on. So effing funny to me. Or that episode when they go to the play and that guy thinks Martin is gay and goes back to their apartment with him, then Niles comes home and Martin pretends he's his boyfriend, smiley face. I can't even count the number of times I've watched Frasier through. Great show. MASH. Had to scroll down way too far to find this. Growing up, Moss H used to show every night at 6:30, and we'd watch it every night after supper. For a while, another channel showed another episode at 8 p.m., and we'd watch that too. Mondays we'd get a new episode at 9. 10 to 11 episodes a week, over and over for years, from the late 70s straight through to the early 90s. I don't know how many times I've seen each episode, but it feels like hundreds. I just assume that everyone has seen and knows every episode too. It's always jarring to meet someone who openly admits to have never seen an episode. It's like meeting an alien. Bach. Golden Girls. Picture it, Sicily 1912. Breaking Bad. JESSE. Bitch. Had to scroll too far to find this. That show will never get old, and it will never stop being thrilling and entertaining. The Wire. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Freaks and Geeks. Red Dwarf, at least seasons 1 to 6. Watched it so many times I can recite it, but it's still great. Stargate SG-1. Same, and I still mark out its Supreme Commander, pointing finger. 30 Rock. The frequency and creativity of jokes is unmatched. They have some very killer cameos. Someone did the math and found that 30 Rock averages 7.44 jokes per minute, which is one of the things that makes it great for a rewatch. I'll often discover new jokes that I missed the last time because I was too busy laughing at a different joke. I want to take this show behind the school and get it pregnant. Ask the good people at Rashid's Creek. Reddit link. You just fold them in. Love that journey for you. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.